And welcome to another episode of Under the Cardboard Box Podcast. This is episode 39, and we're right here in Soundproof Studios on 158th Street in Amsterdam. How you doing,
right.
Heidel?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I just drank a Red Bull, so
That's right. You did.
get ready. It's coming. All the energy is just flowing out of here. But I think I'm even more excited because we have some people in the room with us.
That's right. We are joined by two people that are avid Under the Cardboard Box podcast fans.
Well, 1.5. If
Yeah, one
that's
and a
the
half.
case. The other
one of them
doesn't-
we had for our infamous show episode.
Don't even say it.
Gotcha.
Don't even. All right. So without further ado, I just want to introduce them. You guys can holler from over there if you want to. Angel, our unofficial cameraman.
Woo!
Angel, how you doing? You good? Yeah. All right. And we have, drum roll please, we have the magnificent, the infamous
The Tank.
Mel.
Oh man.
He is banned.
Yes,
That's why
he
we
is
don't.
banned from being in front of a microphone
We will not allow him
and a camera.
to be near this microphone because last time we had him here, we took a pretty big hit, but we love
We did.
having him here because that's what family's all about.
That's right. He's also drinking a Red Bull
Yes.
over there. Red Bull
yes.
sponsor us for the podcast, not just the studio.
You want to
You know what's funny is that I mentioned it to our representative, our rep. I was like, yeah, no, we also do podcasts and maybe we could have it. Completely ignored me.
I can
Completely.
only imagine how that went. It's like, yeah,
Hilarious.
that's cool. So, yeah, guys. So next time, just I guess he just like.
Well,
went over.
we
She.
were, yeah, it's a she.
I'm sorry.
So we were talking back and forth, my partner Geraldi and I, and they were like, yeah, no, and we'll give it out to the studio and stuff, and then whenever we have like a bulk, because they set out a bulk of Red Bull and stuff, and then give it to us and stuff. So after that, I was like, yeah, no, and I also have a podcast, and we drink Red Bull there all the time. Maybe we could have a few there as well. And she's like, yeah, so when we bring you the stuff to the soundproof or whatever, and I'm like, all right, cool.
That's a no.
That's a no.
That's a polite way of saying.
That's a polite way to say no.
Let's not broach the subject again.
That's right.
All right.
Right.
How's your week, man? How you been?
Week's been pretty good. We had July 4th weekend, so we had a pretty long weekend.
Yeah.
That was good. I spent it in Jersey. That was fun. We went to the pier. It was like Jersey City. It was pretty cool. We watched the fireworks there. We were right in front of the what's this place? World Trade Center, the Freedom Tower. We were right in front of it. It was really nice, man. It was over the river. We saw the fireworks. We were there. I took a nap on the grass, which is pretty cool. Well, concrete. It was concrete, really. It's kind of rough. My back hurt. What else? It was cool, man. Week's been pretty good. Just here at the studio. I was here all day this morning. I came here at 6 a.m. to record someone.
Working hard, man.
Went to church, came back, and just been here all day. So you're getting the scraps under the cardboard box, but I'm still here.
Yeah, man.
Still here.
Yeah,
What about you, man?
Well, we're grinding. You know how it is, man. We gotta sacrifice the time. We're here on Sunday,
Yeah, Sunday today.
trying to pump out the episode.
The Lord's Day.
Yes, amen. And so as far as I go, man, went to PA as I said.
Yeah, you did.
For 4th of July. It was nice. I took my mom with me. Which
You did?
Was,
You didn't mention that.
I did.
How was that?
Oh, that was a ride within itself.
So you were driving, right?
I was driving.
Oh, man.
And
I know
she's
she
just
was.
in the car, and it was just forget it, man. My mom is wild and funny at times.
Yeah.
But what the greatest part was she had not seen, because we went to go see my older brother, so she had not seen my brother for years. And when we got to the house, I parked the car and stuff like that, and she goes on ahead into the backyard, and he's just like, he goes nuts because he's
Jeffrey?
No, Charlie.
Charlie, okay.
Charlie. He's just like, I have not seen this woman
Yeah.
for years. He was like, this is the greatest gift you could have given me. And so, well, to give a little context, Charlie is my stepbrother.
Stepbrother, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from another family. But
But
growing
everyone's still
up,
close.
growing up, yeah, we were very close. We're still very close. Growing up, my mom basically raised him.
Yeah, you told me that.
So he has a very big love for her, and so it was nice. It was nice to be able to do that and get him get him and her to reacquainted, and then she got to meet his children, which she's never met either.
That's true. Yeah.
So that was something.
Even his
nice.
youngest.
Yeah. Well, you mean
Well,
his
he was
oldest?
the only son. Yeah.
I mean, no. He has two.
He has two. Yeah.
He has two.
He has another one. Yeah. That's right.
But
Your brother.
my brother. Yeah. But that was good, and also.
Which is nice of your mom to raise a Rumi as well and Charlie.
Yeah, I know. That's why
You know?
she's nuts now.
Yeah. So
you know.
which is crazy because they're not her sons. And your dad was
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Hey, my dad too. So it's all right.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean. We're all family here. but yeah, man, it was very nice. It was got to eat a lot. Apparently now it is the 30th anniversary of Metal Gear.
It is the 30th anniversary. Yeah, which I saw in context. IGN put up an article like people are celebrating the 30th anniversary, but the game didn't come out that day.
No,
You saw
came
that,
out
right?
the 13th.
Yeah, the 13th, which
Right.
is hilarious.
So I mean, today is the 9th, right?
The 9th, yeah.
Okay, so it won't be the 13th by the time the episode comes out, but we will not have an episode out on the 13th. So we'll just say it right now, happy anniversary, Metal Gear.
That's right. The first Metal Gear.
Awesome 30 years of espionage action.
That's right. 1987,
Uh-huh.
Japan, and it came out for the MSX2.
That's crazy.
Yeah. A
Now,
long time ago.
Yeah,
Not many
hey-
people had the MSX2.
Angel, Mel, you guys wanna chime in here, man? No, you guys
You want to come in here, Milk? Sit down in the hot seat? Yeah, come on.
Come
you
on,
want
but
to,
people
yeah.
miss you. It's all right.
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you.
We're gonna go around
Mel
the room.
again.
We're just saying hi to Mel. Hey, Heidel's gonna step up because he's a gentleman. I'm just, not the gentleman type. No, I'm kidding. Mel, my man,
What's going on?
how you doing, man? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
A lot of people like you. I'm not among them.
Okay.
That was the little awkward silence. How you doing, man?
Fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm alive. I'm well. Can't complain, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, good, man. It's been a while since you've been on the show.
Yeah, I think almost 2 years, right? Almost 2 years.
That's crazy. That is nuts. Well, it's always nice to have, fan fit. They saw that. I know they
Yeah.
saw that on the camera. Yeah. Go to youtube.com/under the cardboard box podcast. And you can see our crazy antics there. We got a couple of people. We're going to have more guests on the show, more people that we want you to meet. We actually would love, if you guys are in New York, please send us an email at underthecardboardbox@gmail.com. And we would more than gladly have you on the show just to like pop up and stuff like that.
We could go hang out, eat some wings too, bro.
Which we are planning to do tonight.
Yes, that's our tradition.
assume.
We always eat wings.
Yes. But man, I'm glad Mel and the group, we call them the Four Horsemen, right?
Yes, I was the creator of that.
Yes. Okay.
I
He's
was.
like, I gotta take credit for this. We have our chat on WhatsApp, and we're always hanging there and talking there. Were you gonna say something? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty much Hiron Nardo, myself, and he was Elvis, which
Elvis.
is episode what? Early, right? Like 3 or 4?
Earlier than you. No,
No,
34. We're on 39
no,
now.
3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Oh, okay. No, it was before me. I'm 15.
Okay, we'll look into the
but
archives.
That's all. That's the 4 of us.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, man, looking forward to having you on the show. And
Yeah, I'll chime in later on if you want.
yeah,
me to.
absolutely.
I
Man.
won't. I won't be a repeat of last time. Don't worry,
Oh
guys.
well, I'm glad that you. I'm glad that you're being cautious of it now. But do not check out that episode. But yeah,
No,
we'll
check
catch
it
you.
out, man.
We'll catch you. We'll
All
catch
right,
you
thank
around,
you so
man.
much for having me, fellas.
Yeah, absolutely,
right.
absolutely.
JJ, come back.
JJ, if you didn't know, was my middle school nickname. They do know. They do. It's my middle school nickname. Yeah, interesting.
You want to give some content into that?
So, I was talking to a friend, my only friend, when I started 7th grade. This female named Deandra, right?
Oh man,
I was in the beginning. She was my only friend. Yeah, she was my only. Who? No, I know. What I'm saying is when I got to middle school, because she was on my table, You get what I'm saying? I wasn't sitting with you, 7th grade. I was sitting with her. Yeah, we were in the same table. So anyway, we were sitting in the same table, and I'm telling her about stupid kid shows that we used to watch back in the day, right? And I was telling her like Barney, whatever. I wasn't focused on the class when our teacher, Mr. Arkin, our 7th grade teacher, who was a super nerd, he
what if he's a listener on the show?
Hey, if he is, how's it going, Josh? How's it going? Listen, so he was asking the classroom, what would you like him to call us, right? The classroom, like nicknames and stuff. So a few people said, Beba or Pincho, I don't know, just weird names, right? Everyone was saying like a bunch of stuff. This was middle school, 7th grade, a long time ago. And so it comes up to me, and I have no idea what's going on, right? And I'm talking to DeAndre, I'm like, yeah, and you remember JJ the jet plane? And then she's like, no, which one? I was like, JJ the jet plane. And he goes, oh, okay, JJ. And I said, wait, what? I had no idea what he was talking about. And I just kind of like, whatever it, until everyone started calling me JJ. And I'm just like, who the hell is this kid? Who the hell's JJ? And so he used to call me JJ all the time. And man, I hated it. That was the worst. It only stuck 7th grade, a little bit of 8th grade. But then high school, I was just like, I have to tarnish this. And I had a few people that were in my high school that came with me, like Felix and a few other ones and stuff that were at my high school. And he was like, yo, JJ. I was like, hey, it's Heido. What's up? The only person that I allow to this day, after 12, close to 15 years now more than 15 years, calling me JJ is Mel. I won't say his nickname, but
contact us at underthecardboardbox.com. Under the Cardboard Box Podcast.
I wish.
At gmail.com.
One day.
And email JJ and see how he feels.
That's right.
Contact him at Heidel911. Is that your Twitter?
That's my gamer tag.
That's your gamer tag, or your Twitter at 2591.
That's right. Heidel2591. That's my Twitter.
Heidel2591. Just, hashtag JJ. We're gonna.
And yours is Arnaldo JC90.
Yeah,
that's right.
Arnaldo JC90. Yeah,
and your password is
yep, not that far. Okay, we're not okay. All right, but anyway, man, we've got a show for you guys.
That's right.
We actually miss being here. Usually we hate being here.
Yeah,
kidding. But yeah, man, you ready for a show?
Let's start the show.
So lots of rumored news more than actual news for Metal Gear.
Yeah.
So if you guys didn't hear the first part, it's actually the 30th anniversary of Metal Gear Solid. And, there was a post on Twitter that had a Metal Gear Solid anniversary collection. And I don't know what games were supposed to be in it. Knowing Konami or Kojima, whoever the case may be, they always come out with these bundles, the same game with a different case. In the case of, there's the HD collection. What was the other one that had all the other games? I forgot the name.
That came out for PlayStation 3?
Yes. It was there was the HD collection, and then there was this other one that had 5 games? Or
the Legacy collection.
Legacy, right? So it was kind of, what was the difference? What did it have?
It had VR missions and part 1.
Yeah,
part 1.
That was the only
HD,
thing?
Yeah, the HD collection only had 2, 3, and Peace Walker.
Yes.
And so this one has all those.
2, 3, Peace Walker,
but
part
VR
1
mission.
and VR mission, so it had 5 games.
5 games.
Okay, so I didn't get it. I know you didn't get it either.
I didn't get it, no.
Right, because I was just like, I already have HD collection, and in my PS3, I already had part 1. And, VR missions is just kind of one of those games, which I do have in a case, which we do display it sometimes here. So I didn't really see a major benefit in getting it. Although I would understand anyone who doesn't have the HD collection or those games, I would understand why getting it.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course. And so back to the topic, but on Twitter, it came with a full-sized Solid Snake model. And so people were just saying, it looks nice, but it's fake. We can tell that it's fake.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'd love for you guys to let us know what you think at underthecardboardbox@gmail.com. But in terms of actual news, Let's go to it, right? Where do we go? We go to MetalGearInformer.com, where we get all our news. They're pretty reliable guys, pretty cool guys. And basically, this is just the number of owned nuclear warheads. This is the July 7th update. Now, before I go on, I have to rectify something, make something correct. The last show, I would say that they went up by or they went down by, and that was incorrect. That they didn't go up by or down by. That's where they were. That's how many nukes they had in total. It's not that they went up or down. Either way, these are the numbers for July 7th. It seems that all of them went down. So currently right now, PS4 has 1,831 nukes. PS3 has 819 nukes. Xbox One, 167 nukes. Xbox 360, 305 nukes. And Steam has 8,764 nukes. They're all going down.
Yeah, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're listening to our show,
I hope so. I really hope
that'd
so.
be cool.
That'd
you
be
know.
cool, man.
I was having a dream the other day, Arnaldo, that we're playing online and people were telling us, hey, we listened to your episode and we're just playing online. It was like, hey, those are the guys from Under the Cardboard Box. Hey, man, we're going to destroy those nukes because you said it. So, guys, listen to the show. Destroy those nukes. Just keep bringing them down.
You're saying listen to the show to the people who are currently listening to the show.
That made no sense. You're right. So if you're not listening,
share the show.
Share the show.
Just
That's right.
throw it out there, guys.
If you're a fan, share the show, guys. We actually did get a few shares. So I was looking at the YouTube stats.
Okay.
And we got this guy in the UK who continuously listens to our show from beginning to end, and he shares it. I don't know where, but he shares it.
We really appreciate that, man.
Yeah. So whoever you are, mate, thank you.
We really look. What are you doing? Why are you
Milky's over here giving the loser sign to.
Actually, I have something to say about Mel.
Ooh, here we go. Did I say Mel? I said Mel, right?
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
You didn't.
Oh, man, dang.
So,
sorry.
You see, he messed it up. Nope, no editing. We don't do it
editing.
anymore. We're raw.
We don't do that anymore.
That's it. We'll do it live.
Do it live.
So Mel, we were talking, right, on WhatsApp, and I was just checking up on him. I wanted to make sure he was okay.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm tired, man. I'm trying to fall asleep because he has a very demanding job. I don't know if we can say that. No, okay. He has a very demanding job, and so I made a joke, and I say, hey, why don't you listen to episode 38? It'll put you right to bed.
Yeah.
And he says, this is what he says. He's like, you guys talk about nothing for an hour. Who the heck listens to an entire hour of the podcast? So I could not escape the opportunity.
Here it is.
I got our stats from Podomatic, which at the time we were number 3 in video games.
Yeah.
And we were number 455 or something like
overall.
that.
Yeah.
Overall. And I just, I have a Note 4, so I can just like take snippets of pictures and stuff like that. I just get that little image and I go, I don't know, people who have marked us as number 3, I guess, but who knows, right? Yeah. And so that kind of just shut him down, kind of a thing. And so here he is at the studio eating the humble pie and just.
First time ever.
That's the first time ever. Please. Ever. Just take the loss, okay?
No, I took the loss, but that was the first time.
So you admit it.
What?
On the show.
It was a good comeback. It was a burn.
I mean,
let me just tell you, it was a burn. It was a burn.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it got you so much that it put you to sleep.
I was barely awake. For you to burn me, that takes a oof.
Are we accepting that as an excuse? Come on.
It was such a great burn, Mel.
Edit that out, bro.
It's hard.
We have one stream now. That's it. We can't.
So it's a hard.
So
oh man, listen. Back to the news.
Come on, you got nothing. You're just.
It was a great
left
burn.
Tidal speechless.
It was great. I saw it and I was dying. I was like, wow, man. Although I knew that we were number 3 and stuff. I was just like, man, I can't wait till we're number 1. But man, Mel, like you really bought that bullet. You ate it.
There you go.
The
It is
first time in his career, man.
the first time in his career.
in my career.
Man. Well, speaking of career, podcasts, very expensive to do. That's why we have to promote our Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/UCB podcast, as we have a crowd speaking over a podcast. So thank you guys for doing that. So sarcasm to the max. Let me just tell you, Mel.
Are you gonna ruin another show?
As we have an audience now. Clearly, we have an audience of people speaking. Anyway, no. So U.C.B.P podcast is something we want to grow, right? We want to grow it. We want to have ventures. We want to promote ourselves more. And as you can see, some of the stuff, they cost money, right? Being in the studio, of course, it's not easy. We pay it here monthly as well, and we use the space here. But also, just we want to grow the platform. And I think Arnaldo and I have been talking a lot about different things we can do, some of the things that you've heard us say before that we want to do, but also things that we want to do in the future that we don't want to talk about now because we want to do it for you guys, right? And we want to see the reception of it, and we don't know if we're going to do it just yet, so we don't want to announce it, right? But it's in the works, and we just want to get better equipment, better stuff for you guys, just to grow the brand, and it'll give us more incentives into having something that we can do. And possibly having 2 days out of the week, a show or something, right? And put out a show on Thursdays for that stupid comic thing. Anyway, that's an insider. But yeah, we want to just grow the platform. And if you visit us at patreon.com/UCB podcast, you can have the opportunity to help us in that dream, in creating more content for you guys, in creating more ventures and opportunities for you guys to chime in and be part of the community, growing the streams, growing the Twitch streams, growing everything. I think that's a big platform for us, that we want to put videos out there, not just the podcast videos, but other videos that you guys can see. And that just takes time, and it also takes money. So yeah, Arnold, if you have anything to say with the Patreon. I mean,
we have appreciated your ear for all this time. And we will continue to bring out free content. We will never force anyone to pay for our content.
Yeah.
But we do ask humbly. We do ask with all sincerity. All of this, we can only push it so far on our budgets. If we can be completely honest, the camera which we film with might be nice, but it's a Canon what?
It's a Canon T3i Rebel.
Right. It's meant mainly for shooting photos.
Yeah.
And
short videos.
Yeah, and it limits us very much so. We would also prefer would like better mics and stuff like that. We were talking about it, you and I, on the phone, and we were looking at everything that we want to do, but the cost of what we want to do. And we really want to encourage you guys, if you like our content, we've got 2 tiers so far. One is for $1, the other one is for $5, and it's taken monthly. And we just ask for your support, because honestly, this show is our baby, really. This show is our how can I say this? Our special project. And we care very deeply, not just about the show, but about the people who are listening to it. We check daily our numbers. If it goes down, it really hurts. You know what I mean? And
yeah. I always say, I was like, well, I see the numbers go down. And now that you have access to these things, it's like, well, Arnaldo's going to go nuts. Because he does care. He does care.
I do, man. I do. It's like we're number 3 for a while, and then 2 days later, we're back to like number 10 or something. But in all sincerity, man, it's just like, this show can't grow without you guys, the fans. So if you guys can, sign up for Patreon and give us $1 a month, which is not much coming out of an account, and in my honest opinion, that would be awesome. Or any amount that you would deem appropriate. Send us an email and tell us what you guys think at underthecardboardbox@gmail.com. But I honestly, I don't want to sound like, you guys aren't doing enough or whatever the case may be. I'm just coming out and saying we need help. You know, we need help to push this. We need help for the time, because we are doing our jobs while we're doing all of this.
Yeah, this isn't our like full-time job. Like I said in the very first episode, this is something that's like a hobby for us that we want to do, but it's grown so much that we didn't expect it. Like we're up to episode 39. We didn't know we were going to get up to this, right? We didn't think we were. But now that we're putting so much work into it, so much time and effort, it takes up a lot of our time, you know, and time is money, obviously. But having a platform where we can actually grow it because we actually care about it and we give you guys, you know, great quality. I think that's something that a lot of the people like Konami and other people that has said it to us is the quality is always there. I think MaxPack said it today, something about keep up the good quality. Like the quality has been great all the time, you know, which I take pride in, of course, but also the things that we put out, you know, like I listen to a lot of podcasts and I listen to a whole other podcasts that are like number one in this or whatever. And I'm just like, how? You know, how? But that's okay. You know, we're still growing, of course.
Not hating at all.
But it's good because we're always consistent on that Podomatic ranking. It's only like that podcast and us that are always in
neck
the
and
top.
neck. So
neck and neck.
We also want to
good.
encourage you, when you guys go to Podomatic, please download the episode. That really counts.
Yeah. Or on iTunes. Download it.
On iTunes, Google. We're on Google now.
Yes, we are on Google Play.
Google, iTunes, Podomatic. Am I missing anything?
Libsyn, Pod FM,
wherever you can
service.
find your podcast services, you get it there. And also your subscription to YouTube also helps tremendously. So we ask, Heido and I ask, you like our content? Please consider subscribing. Please consider following. Please consider donating. And we would be most appreciative.
That's right. Any other news?
In terms of U.C.B.P, we are at 335 followers, I believe, which is great.
Yes, Twitter.
Twitter. Our mother base is growing. So guys, stay tuned for all the Fulton Fridays I've got up, but you don't have to wait for Fulton Fridays in order to invite people to our page and stuff like that. If you know anybody who's a Metal Gear fan, please follow us at U.C.B. Podcast, and we'd love to have you there.
Yeah, one of the guys that I saw this, he followed us on Twitter. He followed us from Fulton Fridays, and he got Fulton. He got accepted into Mother Base, and he added me on Xbox. I don't know if he added you.
I don't know his name. I haven't been on the Xbox.
So he added me on Xbox, and I saw his name compared to the one on Twitter, and it's the same. So I assumed it's the same person.
Great.
So I was just like, yeah.
You can add us on Xbox, guys. We are on Xbox.
Or PlayStation.
That too. We don't really play PlayStation as of now just yet, but we will. We'll grow on that platform. You can add Heido 911. Heido 911 is
yes.
Yes. That's his gamer tag. Mine is Preacher's Creed. Preacher's Creed. And we'd love to play with you guys. I actually got Halo 5 for $20 during this the game sale on Xbox.
Great game sale happening on Xbox.
Yes, absolutely. So go out there and get it. And for you guys who don't know, actually, you know what? I'll save that for the Coda conversation. Coda conversation time. I saved this for this, right? So what I was going to say is, so I was in my Bible study, right? And what I was doing, like, you know, I just hang out with these guys. These guys are pretty cool. I look after them in the sense that I'm trying to mentor them and stuff like that. I was showing them videos of our gameplay on Metal Gear Online for Metal Gear Solid 5. And they were just so overtaken by the video. And they thought the game was so cool. I kid you not, about 5 of them bought the game that night.
Really?
And I was playing with them that night. I was like training them. And it was so much fun.
Did you do like private matches or something?
Of course. I did a private match because they weren't ready for the real world. And it was just so funny that as they were like frolicking along, when they discovered they had cardboard boxes, it was so funny. They were like running around and laughing on the mic. They're like, why do I have a box? Like, it was so amazing. So I had a lot of fun with them, you know, had a lot of fun just teaching them the ropes. At one time I made a match. It was 2 versus 2, and I was in the match, and I would just like stand on the roof. It was in black site, and I would watch them go at it, like, you know, and I would be coaching them. I'd be like, all right, now Fulton them, you know, kind of a deal. So it was good. It was good to have that. It was a lot of fun. I hope to keep playing with them, you know, and I was trying to tell you, I was like, yo, get online.
Yeah.
But Heidel,
Yeah.
but Heidel had a special occasion that day.
That's right. I'll save it for the ending of the show.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say it to you, but
Thank you.
I'll say
End
it
of
to
the
you
show,
at the
yeah.
end
End
of the
of
show. Yeah, I've never.
Yeah,
Anything
that
to-
sounds that sounds
Anything to make
great.
them keep listening.
That's right. No, it I saw you guys were playing for a while and stuff, but I wanted to get on. It's been fun. I did play this week though, by myself, and
Without inviting
actually, you were at work, but actually, I was playing with Greg, who was another listener.
Wait, Greg got the game?
Greg got the game.
Oh.
So, well, he had the game. He just had to re-download it, and it took him 2 days to do it.
2 days?
To download
Because
the
of
game.
his connection?
Because of the Midwest of the United States has the crappiest internet in life.
I don't want to play with that guy then.
Yeah, his connection was pretty bad, but we still got into games, which is pretty cool. And we were having a lot of fun. He's actually pretty good at the game.
Really?
Yeah, he
What
Fultons and
class is
everything.
he using?
I think he uses an infiltrator.
He's an infiltrator?
Mhm.
That's pretty good, man. That's
Yeah.
good. Maybe we're going to create a whole
We have to.
a whole clan over here,
Yeah, we do. We do.
you know?
So
Let-
that was fun.
Let's have a hashtag MGO lives. Hashtag MGO lives, you know? Let's make
Let's
it.
do it.
Let's do it. Let's do
Speaking
it.
about MGO,
Brings us to our conversation.
that's right. MGS and Metal Gear Online 2.
Yes. The one that came with Metal Gear Solid 4,
Yep.
second iteration of the game.
PlayStation 3.
Right. Apparently. Now, by all means, please go.
Listen, Metal Gear Online, the first one, was phenomenal. They
Revolutionary.
yes, very revolutionary in my opinion. But Mel, that's a fourth time, guys. That's a fourth time. That's crazy. Anyway, Mel joined us for
We're not going to edit it out.
Mel edit it out. That's gonna be your new name. Anyway, we used to play it back then too. You know, Elvis got in it as well.
Yeah. Elvis
Back in the
was
day.
a real big competitor. Remember
he was.
that?
He was good. What happened?
You can come anytime you want. I mean, No, what I'm saying is, well, I mean, if you can either do one of two things. You can either speak from where you are, or you just come in. I'll move to the side. That's not a problem.
Do you want to say something about Metal Gear Online? Yeah. Come on, get in here, man. Get in here. Come on. Mel's coming in here.
Come on, Mel.
Mel is trying to find a seat here.
No, there's not going to be enough room.
Yeah. Just sit down in the nice red chair here as Mel looks at the red chair, watch the cables, because we have a lot of cables. This is a studio here. This is great podcasting, by the way.
in the middle, right here, right?
We're
No,
not
no.
like any other.
No, we're not.
No, just
we're
put it in the
wrong.
middle.
Anyway, so Mel, tell us about your experience of Metal Gear Online, the first one for PlayStation 2.
That was Metal Gear 3, right? Snake Eater?
Yep, that's right. Metal Gear Online 1.
Metal Gear. Yeah, we used to play back in middle school, right? It used to be the four of us actually.
Wasn't in middle school,
It was in middle school.
but it was in high school.
No, middle school, dude.
Subsistence came out.
No.
When did
We played Metal Gear 3 in
Man,
middle school.
you guys really.
8th grade.
Damn.
I know what he's saying.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Stop. I know what he's saying. All right. I speak loud enough. Get it away from me. All right. I can get closer. So anyway, yeah, Subsistence did come out during our high school time. So I get what he's saying. We're talking about the first Metal Gear Online for Subsistence, which wasn't in the original Metal Gear Snake Eater. So yes.
So
High school.
we were in high school when Metal Gear Online came out. Mel, don't forget it. Ever in your life. High school. This is high school, my man. What was your thoughts on Metal Gear Online 1?
Freaking JJ, yo. It was in middle school. It was in middle school, man. It was in 8th grade.
Mel, we played Metal Gear Online in high school. We played
No.
Metal Gear
All right,
Snake
whatever.
Eater.
It was 8th grade. But
No, it wasn't.
yes, it
I'm
was.
telling you. What year did Subsistence come out?
I have no idea.
What age did we graduate from middle school? It was
Dude.
the year was 2005 when we graduated from 8th grade, correct? Metal Gear Snake Eater came out in 2004. Subsistence came out
I
in
remember playing it
2006.
during middle school.
Well, Arnaldo's looking it up for us.
No, but it
Right
gets
now.
3, not 4.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 3. Metal Gear Online. So Metal Gear Subsistence, as we all know, came with online, right? It wasn't Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. It didn't have online, right? So Metal Gear Snake Eater.
That's Snake Eater.
Yeah, Snake Eater.
Never mind. Keep going.
Metal Gear Snake Eater came out, I believe, 2004, which is the beginning of our 8th grade year, correct? November.
It came out
Subsistence came out. Here you go.
December 22nd, 2005.
We were in high school, my bud. High school.
I was 15.
I remember playing during middle school, dude.
Well, I
but
mean,
whatever.
you probably remember playing
You probably remember
Snake
playing Snake
Eater.
Eater. Yeah.
during that time.
Yeah.
But,
Man, he's struggling not to be
I don't
wrong.
know,
Look at him.
man, I
He's
don't know.
struggling. If you're watching on video, you could tell from his face. He's struggling. He's like, "Ugh, damn, I'm
remember-
wrong.
Can we get that close up?
We got to get that close up in
Angel,
there.
Unofficial cameraman.
We got that close up.
No, don't actually. No, stop.
I'll do it myself. But yes, Subsistence Online, like Metal Gear Online came out when we were in high school, which was 2005, December 2005. We were in high school, man.
All right, there you go.
Regardless,
That was
This can
12
go
years
on.
ago, man.
this can go on. So tell us your experience about that.
Oh, sure, man. Metal Gear Online and
Online.
Online 1. It was very different, man. It was very different than any other online game that I played, if not one of the first ones, because it was kind of blocky at first. Because I used to hate that. What the heck? The mic. I used to hate that. It was only headshots. There was some game that was only headshots.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah,
There
there
was-
certain game types.
There was so like pretty much, and then it got to like everything had to be a headshot. It was the shotguns were horrible in that game because it took 2 shots no matter what.
I see another
No,
I see another show.
No, I'm not going on
Same
that route.
repeat.
And I'm going that route. It was just like it was different because they used to like juke their head to the left and right
Yeah.
to avoid the headshot. So that's where they got fun actually, because you know with the assault rifle, with the assault rifle, you know always aim for the headshots, and then you always doing juking back, left, left, right, doing
Yeah.
all these weird
Crouching.
movements, crouching. You used to roll. So people used to roll, and in the roll, you used to get a headshot.
Yeah, that was
I was
impressive.
like, wow, man. I don't know if they were cheating,
He used
but
to
that
just
was.
drag on the floor, dead. Hilarious.
Oh, I remember. The insta kill was the knife stab.
It still
Yeah,
is.
Still is.
So okay, so the insta kill was a knife stab. So people used to like just lay on the floor to like avoid getting shot
Yeah.
and just stab you in the foot.
So-
Even in the foot, you just dead.
So you're talking about what people did. What did you do?
Oh, I was okay. I wasn't.
What was your tactic going into Metal Gear Online 1?
Oh, I was running gun.
Run and gun, huh?
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
That's good.
The sniping in that game, I never got into sniping in
It
that.
was a
game.
little hard to snipe in that game.
Yeah.
Not
It
gonna
still
lie.
is.
Yes.
Have you tried sniping in Metal Gear, the new one now? Have you tried sniping in that thing? It constantly moves even when you're prone.
It's pretty tough. You need like a penicillin or something, and
Well, you can't even get that in part 4, I think. I mean, in the
in part 1, yeah.
No. I'm talking about now. You can't drink a penicillin in Metal Gear Solid 5. It's just whatever.
You get like perks, right? Like those perks.
Yeah, to study it.
Percocets.
What
Oh wow.
is this?
Yeah, I was gonna point at your pants. Arnaldo's pants got dirty. He's wearing his church clothes and like some slacks, and his pants got dirty.
Oh, you think they're slacks? That's pretty cool, man. They're not.
They're not.
No.
They're jeans.
They're a hybrid. They're actually they're like sweats and like pants.
Looks like slacks to me, huh? That's good. It got me. Anyway,
Oh,
think.
snap.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Sweet.
Okay.
We got in some R-rated under the cardboard box here.
Stop it.
Anyway, thank you, Milk, for your experience on Metal Gear Online 1.
Thank you.
To have you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Get out of
So-
my chair.
Angel, did you get to play Metal Gear Online 1? No? Watch the cables. And my mixer. Sorry. He didn't get to play Metal Gear Online 1. That's all right.
So okay.
We talked a lot about Metal Gear Online 1 in the past. Previous episodes.
Yes. We our love for it, and our love for wanting it to come back,
Yes.
which there are rumors of it. Save MGO.
Yes. If you log into savemgo.com, let me double check
Question mark.
If you log into savemgo.com, yes, .com, you could actually see people trying to get this game back.
MGO 2 is the focus of today. And so
I could hear that one on my headphones.
probably. So anyway, so we were watching some videos. Apparently you can play the second iteration of MGO
Yeah.
that came with Metal Gear Solid 4, which was pretty good. You know, it was pretty fun, right? And there's instructions on how to do so. There's an actual video. Now, for you to actually do this, there's gonna have to be some
hacking.
here, some custom firmwares. If you guys have ever remember when the PSP or continuously, and maybe it still has it, there's custom firmwares for it.
Yeah, I still have it on mine.
Absolutely.
If you had a PSP back in the day, the first one, you didn't buy it to have PSP games. You bought it to hack it and play older games. So that's the best use for it, to be honest.
Well, the PSP has when it first came out, at least, it was revolutionary.
Yeah, it was great.
You know, when I had a PSP, I used to use it for everything.
Music, videos.
Videos,
Yeah.
pictures, browsing.
Oh yeah, that's right. The browsing.
It had a
I forgot
browser.
about that. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I don't know how PSPs are now. You guys can let us know it under the cardboard box.
PS Vita.
Gmail.com. Well, the Vita is not a PSP.
No,
There's a
no,
PSP
but
and then
it's
there's a
great.
Vita, right? They're still
Well,
separate.
It's still the same family or whatever. It does the same.
Kind of like an
functions, but it's different.
evolution.
Yeah, it's just different. That's all.
But as far as it goes, you know what would be crazy? I just had an idea. Like, it just happened. Imagine they would bring back the MGO Part 2, but for like PS Vita.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
That'd be crazy, right?
Yeah.
Or Part 1. So if you guys go there, it'll link you to a video on how to do it. Really, for this, you'll need a PS3 with the firmware version 3.55. And you're also gonna need a USB, not a USB cable. I'm sorry, a USB memory, a thumb drive, pretty much.
Flash drive.
Uh-huh.
Drive.
It's the same thing, right?
Same thing. Yeah.
Okay. And you know, step one, you got to make a PS3 folder, and at the root of the USB stick, and then inside the PS3 folder, create an update folder. Step 3, the update folder, copy and paste the custom firmware file, and it takes you step by step on how to do this. I believe you have to have the game though, in order to. You have to have Metal Gear Solid 4
because you boot up the game and it'll show you.
Right. So for those of you who don't know, the second MGO that came with Metal Gear Solid 4 was, disbanded. It canceled out, which is not uncommon for Metal Gear Online. There's also that rumor that the first Metal Gear Online is also trying to come back.
Yeah.
Which we would love for that to happen also. Don't know how it's going to happen. Don't know if it's fully successful. But what I can say about Part 2 is that I've seen videos and there's a whole support behind this.
Yeah, there's people playing it right now.
Is there any news on Metal Gear Survive? Any updates on that?
Well, if you were to listen to our previous episodes, you would know about Metal Gear Survive. So remember, guys, if you don't know about Metal Gear Survive or any Hideo Kojima or Metal Gear news, listen to our episodes.
Actually,
Happening every week.
Speaking of that, I had someone on Twitter and it was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome because he was asking about episode 2.
Oh, yeah, he was.
By all means, guys, please avoid those episodes.
Yeah.
We sound horrible compared to now.
Yeah. Now we're more
refined
adjusted.
and there's a shine and stuff like that.
Yeah, we
But
sound like
it
we're
was
39
super
episodes
cool.
in.
What?
We sound like we're 39 episodes in. But still learning.
We are. We're constantly picking things up and stuff like that. So he tells me, he was like, "Hey, I can't find episode 2." And then he made a joke. He's like, "Is that your mission 52? Is that?"
Yeah. I saw that.
So for those of you guys who don't know, MGS5 is kind of an unfinished product because we don't get the official ending
Yeah.
where Snake fights Liquid in the metal. Well, the Sahelanthropus,
Sahelanthropus, yeah.
and what happens to Liquid after that, and whatever the case may be. But we don't get that. It's kind of so. But we have the video. You can find the video on YouTube. So he joked about it. He was like, "Is that your episode 52? Like it's a secret, like it's incomplete." But what was really cool is that I didn't think that anyone would be going back and listening to our old episodes.
Me neither.
Now, would I say it's a good place to start? No. If you listen to our episodes now and then go back, you'll really see how it improves. I mean, we have good content.
Yeah, I mean, episode 3 is pretty good too.
Yes, if you'll have our special, which I still want to re-record that.
We will.
With all the new equipment that we've got now and stuff like that. I think we can do much better job in terms of quality.
Yeah. I mean, before we recorded with one mic. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, I do. We took turns. We had to. Yeah, it was crazy. But back to MGO.
Good time. MGO 2. I mean, people can play it right now, literally. Like, you can go online. We'll have the description of like the video and everything on our YouTube description below, and also for our podcast. So look at it there, and you guys can actually see a step-by-step video, and also they have it written of how to do this. Now, just to say this, we don't condone hacking your things and stuff, and hacking your PlayStation. And obviously, it'll break your warranty with
if
Sony.
You still have warranty with PS3.
Right. But I doubt you do. Let me just tell you, I'm pretty sure they don't support it anymore. So that's why we can freely speak about it, because it's not a new console. It's, so they don't support it anymore. Actually, there is a website that I checked out that if anything from the past that you hack today is actually okay. If
really? It's legal?
It's legal. So if you hack something now that is no longer being supported by the manufacturer, it's actually okay to dismantle it, do whatever you want with it, because it's in your possession now, and it's up to your discretion to.
You know what? I have to check on my PS3. I haven't turned it on in a while. I have to see if there's an actual update. Because there's a chance that they are still.
So they're not updating
PS3.
the PS3 anymore. The last update, I can't remember the number, but the last update came out, I think, about a year ago, and that is it. But they are still releasing games for it. I think the last game that came out for it was Madden.
Wow. And this console has been out for years now.
Which one? PlayStation 4?
Yeah, PS3.
PS3. Oh yeah, years.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to, get mine up and running.
That's right. That's right.
My fighter jet. Every time I turn it on, I'm doing like the hand signals that they do in the airports.
Yeah.
Like it's coming in, because it just sounds like a jet just going.
That's right.
It's like. It's making a landing.
Yeah, I borrowed it one time. And for a long time.
It felt like a lifetime. I had to borrow it back.
Yeah, you did. Which reminds Mel. Oh, Mel, tell the fans.
No,
that's my game.
No, listen. Listen, Linda, listen. Okay, so I have
Lisa.
Last of Us. Okay, I have The Last of Us. # Lisa. Get it? Last game you played, The Last of Us. All right. So I have his game. It's at my house, right? And he's been asking for it for some time.
Some years.
Sometime. And I just forget to give it to him. I'm a horrible friend. I get it. I get it. I have my flaws, all right? I don't, whatever.
I might have to borrow it back.
You're gonna have to.
You have been trying to ask to borrow it back. It's just, it's been unavailable to you. But don't worry, it is safe.
And let me remind the audience that I lent Arnaldo Dead Space.
Why are you reminding
Dead Space 2. And what other game again? DMC, was it? Or no, I lent that to G.
Was it Tomb Raider?
Tomb Raider. Lent him Dead Space 2 and Tomb Raider. I let him borrow it. Some years later, I go back and I go to his house where I'm there, and his brother Angel is there and stuff. And we're hanging out, and I'm like, hey, do you know where my games are? The Dead Space 2 and Tomb Raider? And he goes, oh yeah, I sold those games. Now I look at him.
Listen.
And I say, I let Arnaldo borrow those games, right? And he said, really? I didn't know. So there you have it, folks.
Listen.
My game.
I gave Angel my 360 when I moved out of my house. for the first time. And I did offer to buy them back, and you said no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna play them now.
I did offer it. But in terms of
Yeah, I have no choice, right?
in terms of the Last of Us, I still have it. It's nice. It's in a case, you
I
know.
bought the special edition one that comes with the book and the
Comes with the book.
it comes with the book and a comic book.
Mm,
So the case is different.
Oh, I didn't know there was a comic book. I'm gonna read that tonight.
that's
I'm
good.
just gonna go in there and read that tonight.
It's good. It's
Thanks,
good.
Mel. I appreciate that, man. I'll bring it to you some other time.
How are we on time, Angel? 22?
22
All right.
minutes?
All right.
All right, so we've got 8 minutes to about, till our camera decides it doesn't want to record for some reason.
Support us on
Again.
Patreon.
Yes. Thank you.
I got
Buddy
you.
link
I know.
established. We're good, man.
I know, man. I know. I got you, man. I got
We're
you.
good. We're good. You-
It's
Anyway.
39 episodes in.
like we know what we're thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys didn't hear us, we're trying to get new equipment, man. It's just horrible what we have sometimes, to deal with. Like, man, I admire the work you do because with the equipment we have, you make it sound
Make
and
it
look
work. Make
the
it
way
work.
that you do.
And these mics are good though. Let me not flaw it out. 'cause
Of
these mics
course,
are good.
of course.
These mics
But
are
you know
good.
what the main complaint that people have is that they can't see our faces on the videos a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of times. So that's why Heido and I, a lot of times we try to maneuver.
Yeah,
and
try to
move,
move out the way.
move
If
our
you want to see our
faces.
mugs, sure. I don't know why you would want to see our noddles, but
Let me know
So-
what you think of this haircut.
that's right. You got a haircut. That's right. Anyway, so
A
Yeah.
Lutheran monk.
that's what Mel said. I got you, buddy.
You got it right.
Got
Good
you.
for you, man.
Listen, MGO 2, we'll put the description below and we'll try to join it. Arnaldo still has a PS3. I know I can get access to a PlayStation 3 as well.
Not mine.
No, not yours. I could get one though. And so we'll try it out,
Let's see
we'll
what
try it out.
happens. Let's see what happens. Let us know at underthecardboardbox@gmail.com what you think of this, or at our Twitter at UCB Podcast. We'd love to see tweets from our followers there.
Yeah.
And if you aren't following us, then please follow us. We'd love to. We respond in an orderly fashion.
Yeah.
MGO 2. Are you excited? Would you want to save it? Is it nay or yay? As far as
Personally-
that goes.
Personally, I would love part 1. Part 2 is still good. I love part 2. Part 2 is good. I didn't have much time with it, like I said before, but I would love part 1 just because of the maps. The maps were incredible. in part 1.
I did have some. I have had plenty of time with
Both.
part 2, and it was funny, man. I used to remember I would like really be up there with CQC, but there would be people that would master CQC, and so you could just never drop them.
Yeah.
Like they would reverse you right away, and I'd be like, "What the heck?" I think they took that out of the MGO we have now, MGO 3, which was a good idea.
Yeah.
Because people would just like wreck people all the time. They would just knock you down, knock you out. But there was no Fulton in MGO 2. So that would be, I think it would be better now in the MGO 3. But again, glad it's not there. Because you know how I play.
Yeah, you do.
Although if we talk about MGO now, MGO 3, they interchanged it with the Fulton Punch kind of a deal.
That's right. Yeah.
Like anyone
They
could
do.
just come
Yeah.
up to you and bam.
Just blast you in the face.
But it doesn't make you indestructible when they CQC you.
Yeah.
Get it? Because like I said before, in the last one, you would CQ in part 2, MGO 2, you would try to CQC people with CQC Master, and they would just like automatically reverse it and then drop you.
Yeah, it was very frustrating.
And the only way to like overcome that is that you also had to be CQC Master. So then you can actually
Yeah.
go at it. We'd love to know your thoughts in terms of these things. Actually, you know what? Let us know what class you use, and we'd love to know it. We'd love to know what class you use, what strategies you might use. If you're an infiltrator, if you're a scout, if you're an enforcer. Ido's now an enforcer, so he's the main gun now.
Taking the tanks.
Take. You are the tank. You're taking the guns.
Taking all those shots.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I used to play as infiltrator, but I, by mistake, had the enforcer class on. I didn't know, and I was just playing with it. I was like, where's my stealth? Everything. And I was trying to go around and stuff, but it was just so hard to even play at first. But then I was like, man, this is actually pretty good. I'm not dying so fast. And so I just got better at it, and I just got used to it. I can't play as stealth anymore. I tried it the other night, and I was just like, I can't do this.
Why can't you play a stealth anymore?
I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable. I think I need to play it more and more, you know, but I just feel like, man, I was just dying too fast because I see an enemy and I'm going for him right away. You know, if he's in front of me, usually if I have the drop, I'm always going to get him,
I get it.
you know?
Yeah,
But-
as an infiltrator.
But as an infiltrator,
you
even
have
if
to
you
maneuver yourself around them.
yeah,
Yeah,
even if
yeah.
you have the drop on them, meaning you'll shoot them first, you can still get killed. as
There's a
an
chance they
infiltrator.
can turn around, especially an enforcer.
Yeah.
They can definitely turn around and just
Oh, and just kill you right away. Yeah.
right. So I mean, they're the enforcers are the equivalent of Master Chief in Halo.
Yeah. That's right.
Just taking full clips. But please, again, let us know your thoughts at underthecardboardbox@gmail.com. Should we venture out into MGO 2?
Let us know.
We'd
Maybe
love
put up
to.
a poll or something.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what the fans think. MGO 2, save MGO. Hashtag.
That's right. And now,
The trivia. We've come to the moment everyone has been trying to avoid. The trivia. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
So here we go.
Well, if you didn't know, the trivia is where we ask a question about Metal Gear, a line from any Metal Gear or Metal Gear Solid game, and I try to figure out who said it to who, where, what game, and yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so here we go. If it hadn't been
Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy, is phenomenal. I've been playing it all week. It finally came to my house on Monday, which is great, which is sooner than
Didn't you rant about this the last one?
I didn't. And it was great. I played it all week. I beat the first game already. Halfway through the second game, and I can't wait to play the third one because that's my favorite one.
You know, it's funny. I never expect you to do these outbursts.
No?
Just because
Fans like it.
but I'm going into it. And then you go Crash Bandicoot. It just comes, and I'm like,
Comes out of nowhere.
you know, like I'm trying to get into the character, and then
I
you
feel
just.
you. I feel you. Yeah. I like breaking it off, but
I can tell.
two
I can tell
emails
you-
in the past. that
If
they
you guys
liked it,
can't
so-
tell, this bodyguard we have is Mel. If you guys have never seen him, feel free to watch us at YouTube.com/underthecardboardbox podcast.
And now trivia.
Ready now? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
If it hadn't been for the revolution, and then the other person says, revolution.
Lifeline here. Angel, you have any idea? No. Well, now that we have Mel here, do you have any idea?
Negative.
I'm by myself here, guys.
With the memory that you have, Mel boasts that he has this amazing memory. And it's true for the most part. But he didn't remember the line.
That's
So,
all right. Anyway. All right. So
I remember it.
it was in Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker when Paz was talking to Snake in the beach somewhere.
In the beach somewhere.
Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, final answer.
Well, that is incorrect.
That is incorrect, folks. What a shocker.
So it was actually in part 1, Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation, or the. Oh, you want to try to guess it? Go ahead. I pretty much.
Yeah, so
So go ahead, but if you can guess who he said it to and where, go ahead.
nah, say go ahead.
No, go for it. Are you really done? No, we're good. All right, okay. So it was Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation or for the GameCube, right? Twin Snakes, and it was when the DARPA chief was speaking to Snake in his cell, the holding cell, and he says, "If it hadn't been for the revolution," and then Snake's response is, "Revolution."
Revolution.
Now, why did I do this one? Because we put up a video at U.C.B.P podcast from YouTube. It was funny. It was from Supercut, and it was Snake ask unnecessary questions.
I did see that, yeah.
And so if you notice when you're playing the game, people will say things to Snake, and he will repeat it as if he's asking a
question.
question.
David Hayter did the same thing. Remember, he's like, you kind of got to talk like you're always asking a question.
Yeah,
And
right.
That's how I kind of came up with snake.
You know?
Snake?
and someone on our Twitter said that he might be using some type of memorization tactic that the military came up with. And I don't know how concrete that is. I mean, if you guys know anything about it, we're at U.C.B.P Podcast. Let us know. We're at underthecardboardbox@gmail.com. But it was kind of funny because looking at the entire series, they didn't have him do it in Metal Gear Solid 5 too much. He wasn't asking that many questions like that.
Yeah.
But it would be funny. Yep. We've got a cell phone ringing over here. Thanks, Mel. Anyway, so that's our trivia. Please let us know how we're doing. Give us some ideas and keep joining us.
That's right. I want to end off by saying happy anniversary to my wife. It was our anniversary this past week. And yeah, happy anniversary.
You've made your first year.
Made my first year, yeah.
Now, I have to say this. I am very happy for you guys.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary, Adelise. If you ever listen to this show, we sooner have Milo listening to it. Milo is his
my dog.
Heidel, you guys have been through a rough patch. You were going out for like what, 4 years, but prior 5 years?
6 years.
6 years prior to marriage. Prior to marriage, 6
Prior to
years.
marriage.
Wow, man, that seems like yesterday. Doesn't it?
It does.
I remember talking to Heidel about Adelise, and I would be telling him like, "Yo, get married already!" Like,
that's true.
Goodness. And the reason that Heidel didn't want to was particularly encouraging, and he was just like, "I just don't feel like I have enough to give," which, in my opinion, I did believe he did, but to have such a love for wanting to provide for his wife was encouraging. But still, I said, knuckle down and just do it, man.
And
get
eventually
ready.
I did.
And eventually you did. And she said yes, surprisingly.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Kidding, man. She's
Yeah.
There, man. When he proposed. I'm sorry. We were there when you proposed.
Yeah, you guys were there. That's right. You guys
Yeah.
were there.
during the if you guys don't know, he did it during a
Like a movie screening kind of.
you were gonna watch Back to the Future, was it?
Yeah, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. So happy anniversary again.
Thank you, man.
Couldn't be happier for you.
Yeah, man. Hyro, happy anniversary, man. You're the first one out of us four to get married, man. Just wish you the buzz. You've been through a lot of stuff, man. I know, I'm not gonna say everything, but you're a great guy, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Us five. Don't forget Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac. Does he listen to the show?
He does.
All right,
He does.
Isaac. We personally invite you to Under the Cardboard Box podcast. Come to U.C.B.P. Anyway, so guys, around the room, Angel, any last words? No, I'm good. No, you're good. Idol, anything last?
Thank you for listening, guys.
Mel?
Thank you for bringing me back.
Okay.
Edit that out.
Okay. So
Sounds horrible, bro.
he's Angel at the camera. This is Mel in the middle. That's Heido Martinez. I'm Arnaldo Castillo. And we are signing out.
Thank you for listening and watching our podcast. Remember, our podcast comes out every Tuesday. Just search for Under the Cardboard Box on any podcast service. Consider supporting us on patreon.com/UCB podcast to make this mother base grow. Supporting us unlocks our video and audio content before anyone else. If you have no money, no problem. We still deliver the episode free every Tuesday on audio and on Fridays on youtube.com/Under the Cardboard Box. Come join us for our weekly Twitch stream happening every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/Under the Cardboard Box, all one word. Want your questions, comments, or concerns answered? It can be featured in the next Codec conversation. Email us at underthecardboardbox@gmail.com. Also, like our Facebook page and join our community group. Lastly, stay in touch by following us on Twitter at UCB Podcast for even more Under the Cardboard Box and Metal Gear Solid updates.